Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Hot Seat with Hinson. I'm Congresswoman Ashley Hinson. I'm actually out in D.C. this week working hard for Iowans, and I wanted to introduce you all to a great candidate from Texas who is running to help us flip this seat in Texas and turn our House red. So, Cassy Garcia, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Tell us more about the district that you're running in and a little bit more about your race in Texas.
Well, Congresswoman, I'm so honored to be here with you this morning, and we're so excited about have a real opportunity to flip the seat, running in District 28, which extends down in the Rio Grande Valley up into Laredo, San Antonio, and to Guadalupe County. It's been Democrat controlled for 110 years, so we have a real opportunity to flip the seat. It just became a toss-up, and yesterday Cook announced its new ratings. We're now a D+3 seat from a D+5, and people are fired up and energized, especially with the red wave that sent Myra Flores to Congress on June 14th. That's the same red wave that's going to send me to Congress, and the same red wave that's going to send Nancy Pelosi packing come this November.
Absolutely. Well, and you are just such a good example of why, we're seeing this change across the country, and especially in the Rio Grande Valley. I had a chance to come down there, as you know, in early June, Cassie, and see what was happening at the southern border there. And that is truly a catalyst for change in that area for people who feel like they've been left behind, specifically the Hispanic community. And you mentioned Myra Flores. Obviously, that's the first time we've been able to flip a seat there in the Rio Grande Valley to a Hispanic Republican woman. And we're going to, in essence, because we're hearing this from voters and Republicans and conservatives are listening, it's a really great chance for us to flip those seats down there. So what are you hearing from the people who are, approaching you down there in Texas? What are the biggest issues that are impacting your daily lives?
So you mentioned the border. So thank you so much. And you've been a big advocate in the Border Patrol, working with them closely with the sector chiefs and seeing firsthand the crisis on our southern border. And we talk about when I talk to voters every single day, they are frustrated with what's happening on our border, especially specifically in Laredo sector and RGV, which also is in part of District 28. And they're sick and tired that the administration is not paying attention to what's happening on our southern border. When you talk about the Hispanic community, we support a strong and secure border. And we support legal immigration, not illegal immigration. The fact that the administration is okay with us releasing 7,000 migrants per day is unacceptable on our southwest border. We need to protect the people in our country, in our communities. We got to keep them safe. We've got bailouts that are happening every single day. Migrants that are dying. They're paying cartel members. It's a billion-dollar industry in our southern border, especially in Laredo. And they're making a ton of money, but people are dying. The amount of fentanyl drugs that are coming across our southwest border, and especially specifically the Rio Grande Valley, Laredo, and Del Rio sector, is impacting communities. Every city is now a border city. And the top issues, and when I talk to voters every day, is the economy. They're talking about inflation. I talk to moms and dads that tell me, Cassy, I have to make a decision whether to put gas in my car or buy eggs and milk. But yet we have people coming in this country illegally. They're getting cell phones. They're getting transportation into this country. And I have to make, my children are eating one meal a day. That's unacceptable. And that's why I'm fighting. That's why I'm in this race to win this seat. And I'm talking to voters every single day. It's been so powerful talking to Democrat voters saying, Cassy, I've voted Democrat my whole entire life. I am voting for you. I'm voting Republican because your values align with my values. And the reason why I am running for Congress is to defend faith, family, and freedom. And the Democrat Party has left the Hispanic community. At the end of the day, the Hispanic communities are dealing with this catastrophic crisis on our southwest border, especially in District 28, and it's not fair. And come this November, we're going to see more Hispanic Democrats vote Republican come this November because of the issues, because of the horrible Biden policies that we're seeing on our border.
Right. And I think it goes without saying, but President Biden and this administration inherited a secure southern border. And when I was down there near McAllen, I had the chance to see in person literally the steel that is destined or was destined for that wall construction to actually help keep our country safe and stem this tide. It's literally sitting there rusting away in a parking lot, basically in McAllen area. So I had a chance to see that in person. And you hit on, Cassy, the inflation and the true economic issues that are affecting our families right now. 9.1% inflation, a 41-year record high. Meanwhile, we're seeing Democrats here in Washington, D.C. continue to push increased spending spending at a time when we are seeing this rampant and out of control inflation. And then they're talking about raising taxes on our small
Oh
businesses
my
as well.
gosh.
So can you talk a little bit about that impact and what that would mean for your small business community and, you know, a lot of these Hispanics who've truly come to the United States the right way, and establish their businesses and their lives and their livelihoods there in Texas?
Yeah, so our small mom and pop shops are definitely being impacted. And they were even impacted when we had the non-essential travel shut down. Do you remember the 19 months? We couldn't have so we share a border with Mexico, and we have the #1 land port of entry in Laredo, Texas. 16,000 commercial trucks cross that border every single day. But people that residents that legal visa holders were not allowed to travel back and forth. We have so many businesses in our downtown market in Laredo specifically that were being impacted by that. And now you want to raise taxes. And these, we can't get workers to get back into, we have restaurants that are looking for workers, and we have gas, you name the business, that are being impacted right now. And then now you want to raise taxes when we're seeing 40-year record high inflation, 9.1. And I talked to business owners yesterday, and I said, Cassie, we are feeling the pinch right now. I'm having to think about, next year, am I going to be able to continue hiring people? Am I going to lay off? They're barely making it right now. And you have Kamala Harris saying that we have more money in our pockets. I talk to business leaders. I talk to the community. I talk to families. They don't have more money in their pocket. And so the solution is not to continue to spend. We're almost at a $31 trillion federal national debt right now. We need to control, we need to watch our spending. We need to provide relief to our communities, to the business community folks that are being impacted by this every single day. I talk to moms too, and I know we thank you for your efforts, and Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, on the baby formula shortage. We had shortages in our shelves in District 28, and we were trying to figure out where to get milk and formula. We had moms that were actually traveling to Mexico, to Reynosa, to Tamaulipas, to go buy formula and bring that back over here. We talk about gas prices right now. We have families that are traveling to Mexico to pay $1 less in gas, and then come back over here because of the Biden agenda, their war on the oil and energy that's affecting our district here in 28 as well. So it's just crisis after crisis after crisis. But our mom and pops that make up our economy here, that employ so many people in District 28, they're being impacted by this inflation. And so we need to provide real relief. And that's why they're turning to me and saying, Cassie, I voted Democrat my whole entire life. Their values don't align with our values, and I love the fact that you're fighting for us, a small business owner. And I'm fighting for everybody, for every mom, dad, rancher, landowner, every law enforcement official, our healthcare frontline workers. I'm fighting for everyone. I will work hard every single day, and I'm going to work hard to earn the vote of every voter in District 28. And we're going to, together with this red wave, flip the seat come this November, and we're going to take back the House, and we're going to fire Nancy Pelosi.
Absolutely. I think we share a lot of common goals there. So we're going to, what I think is abundantly clear to me, and you mentioned crisis after crisis, we have a true competency crisis in the White House and with the leadership, if you want to call it that, in Congress. So it's time to fire Nancy, and you are going to be a huge part in helping us to do that. So Cassie, I am so proud to support you and get behind your campaign. How can people watching today learn more about your race?
Yeah, so I'm honored to have your endorsement in my race here. And so we're asking anybody, if you want to volunteer, if you want to donate, to get my message across so that people can know about why I'm running for Congress. I ask everybody to go to CassieForCongress.com. I'm not going to let the New York Times or anybody else say that I am unique as a breakfast taco, or say I'm a far right Latina. I'm an American first. I'm pro-God, pro-family, pro-country. And together we are going to show everybody that we can flip the seat. I can make history. We can make history. A Republican conservative has never represented this District 28 before, and we are going to show them, and we are going to make history. And I can't wait to serve alongside you and fire Nancy Pelosi and get sworn in January 3rd next year.
Awesome. Well, lots to look forward to, and hopefully we can help solve these problems for the American people. So, Cassy Garcia, thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of Hot Seat with Hinson. I'm Congresswoman Ashley Hinson. Until next time, we'll see you then.